Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of the St. Francis College podcast. My name is Izzy Kosh. I am in year 13. I want to keep this introduction where it's just me short so that we can get to the main point of this episode with the guests. So I'm not going to talk for long. Let's just hope it stays that way. And I just wanted to give a little introduction to me and about what this podcast is going to include and my plan for it really. So, as I said, my name is Izzy. I'm in year 13. I've said that about 3 times now, but it's fine. Do I need to say what I'm studying? Fair enough, I'll do it. I am studying English literature, psychology, and RS at A level. I've been at this school my whole life, since I was 3, so I've been right since kindergarten. So I feel like I've got a pretty good judgment, and I feel like by doing this podcast, we could really just build, and I know, a sense of community and whatnot. Like that is said a lot, but I do actually think it's true. And by having a podcast, I think it's a great chance to show people that are included in the school, but people that are outside the school, that this isn't just, a school based on its academics. We have fun, we get on really well. I wanted to give people perspective on what's inside, and in particular this first episode we're really stuck on what to do it on, because I didn't know what episode would be a great first episode, like what would be really grabbing. Basically, what this episode is, I've said so many things I don't actually think I'm putting a sentence together. What this episode is, this is going to be a very strange and unique episode where I'm going to clip a bunch of roughly 5-6 minute interviews with a bunch of different people from the school, clip them all together, and have that be the first episode, because I didn't want it to be biased or one-sided or just focus on one person in the first episode. I wanted to get a whole range of people on, so I felt like that was the best way to do it really. And I'm going to be talking to them about the goals for this year, their aims, because it's September. I don't know if I'm going to put this out in September. My plan is, but if I'm putting this out in November, don't shoot me. Basically what they can see themselves doing this year, what they want to achieve, what they want to reflect on, just stuff like that really. And I'm just trying to think myself, do I have any goals? She says in year 13, taking A-levels this year. Funnily enough, I do. A-levels, doing that, doing well in them, that would be a great start, wouldn't it, Izzy? I would say, because I'm very conscious that I don't want to talk about me the whole time, and I feel like this is what I'm going to do, but I just want to maybe just include a bit of my own goals. So my goals for this year would be to just do really well in my A-levels, to be honest with you. I need to stop talking now because this is going to be far too long for an intro. But today's episode, we are going to have year 7s on, we're going to have year 10s on, we're going to have a singular year 13 on, and we are also going to have Mrs. Scott on. It's just going to be a bunch of interviews from a wide range of people talking about their aims and goals for this year. Anyway, I need to genuinely stop talking and get into the first episode. Okay, hello everyone. We are now joined by a group of year 7s. And do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Didem.
Hi, I'm Chloe.
And hi, I'm Poppy.
And they have been amazing, and they've offered to come on this first episode, and I'm so grateful for them doing that. But anyway, let's just get into the first question, I think. So the first thing I want to ask you guys, and this is going to be a really relaxed conversation, so don't feel like I'm interviewing you, because that's not the case at all. But how has the transition from primary school to secondary school been for you so far? Because I know it's only been 3 weeks in.
Honestly, for me, easy. I like it a lot better than primary school.
It's okay. It wasn't that big of a change, except there's so much more homework and I forget what I need to get done.
I like it, but it's harder. It's harder.
What do you think the most exciting thing has been about year 7 so far? What's the thing you've enjoyed the most?
More responsibilities.
In what way? What is?
We can go outside, we can walk around the school. There's not lots of teachers bossing us around.
Yeah.
Mine is probably the lockers. I love the lockers.
I like not having to stay on the playground for the whole thing and waiting for everyone else to finish lunch, and you can just go when you want.
Just roam around
but
free.
I do like having lockers and decorating them and stuff.
I know, I completely agree. And because the theme of the first episode is goals for this year, because it's a new academic year, have you set yourself any goals? Because it can be academic, but sports goals, making friends, joining clubs, stuff like that.
Yeah, probably just like making new friends.
Probably like, I don't really know, trying to keep track of stuff because that is
Yeah.
not something I'm good at.
I want to be more organised.
Yeah.
My locker's a nightmare. My locker's a
Is
nightmare.
it messy? There's always one. There's always one. You know, that's like me. That is like me. But then you're like my friend. So there's always there's a mixture. But like helping each other out, that's good. What about, have you guys joined any like clubs?
Swimming club.
Swimming club. Oh, we have a swimmer. Any others? Are you guys both swimmers?
Yes.
Oh, I love that. You're all swimmers.
I like swimming. It's just like the aftermath of like getting changed and everything just stresses me out.
The worst thing is putting leggings on after you've like been. That wants to send me.
I have a sensory overload. That's the problem. But I'm more like the singer kind of type and like the performing arts bit. I love a little drama.
Little twins.
Yes.
I'm definitely more like, no, I'm not creative. That's a lie. Music, I would say. Love music. Because I mean, you guys, we have assembly next, and you probably don't know, but me and my friends, we have a band, we're performing the assembly next, so I would definitely say surprise for you. So I agree with that. And anyway, the next question is, what do you hope to achieve by the end of year 7?
I don't know, just like make a lot of new friends and just kind of like learn from my mistakes from year 7.
That's a really good one.
And just kind of like reflect and not like think that's a year over. I want to like actually enjoy the year.
Yeah, you guys are so mature for your age. In year 7, I was basically like a 3-year-old in year 7. Oh my god, I was so immature. Anyway, how old are you guys? I forgot how old.
I am 11.
And I'm barely 11.
Guys, I actually like a 5-year-old at your age, so trust me, you're doing well. Right, this is the last question now. So, if you could give advice, I know you guys have only just started year 7, but if you could give advice to someone about to start year 7 next year, so they're in year 6, I don't know why I made it complicated, what would you say?
Right, so probably like stay on top of homework, because if you don't, it like piles up gradually over time.
Don't be mean to anyone. It's just, it's not a look.
No,
because you're starting like beef with someone that like hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just embarrassing for you.
No, I completely agree.
I recommend starting clubs. Do like 3 clubs that you really like, or 2.
Yeah.
You'd really enjoy it because you have more opportunities in senior school than in prep.
Exactly, because you need to experience stuff, but then don't do stuff every single day, because you do need a break of just chilling at lunch and doing absolutely nothing. Yeah.
Also do clubs that like you want to do, and don't join them just because like your friends are doing it.
You guys are so wise for your age, genuinely. I don't want that to sound like condescending in a way, but genuinely, when I was in year 7, I was full of rubbish the whole time. Like, do you guys have anything else to say? Any shout outs?
Try really hard on that test.
Also, just be kind to like all of your friends, and also shout out to all the year 7.
Right. Well, I think that is the end of our little conversation, little year 7 segment. Thank you guys for coming on the pod. No, I don't want to say podcast. That's cringe. But anyway, thank you so much. And yeah, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Okay, we are now joined by 3 year 10s. Do you want to introduce yourselves? Please introduce yourselves.
Hello, my name is Azzy.
Hello, my name is Gillard.
Hello, my name's Hannah.
As with my other guests, I'm basically just going to ask you a bunch of questions and make a conversation flow. So, question number uno. How are you finding the jump into GCSEs so far?
It feels the same. There's just a lot more, what's the word? Coursework. Not really coursework. There's a lot more homework. You do a lot of coursework-based subjects.
Wait, what GCSEs did you guys pick?
I picked photography, English lit, business. What else did I pick?
See, I keep forgetting you guys now have a choice to pick English lit.
Media, combined science.
I took music, English lit, Spanish, history.
Spanish.
I know. Combined and RS. That's what I was.
I took combined science, lit, art, German, history, PE.
Is that 5? I can't do maths.
Wait. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, next question. What are your personal academic goals for year 10?
A good grade in my maths end of year, or mock, or anything. Do well in maths and physics is the main thing. I can't do them.
To talk less in lessons. I struggle with not talking. I talk a lot.
Also get through maths and physics. And anything number related, number based.
I agree. I agree. Next questiones. Do you have, so complete opposite one, do you have any non-academic goals? Because I know, well, music. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's a school play.
It is
Frozen.
a school play.
It's Frozen. Okay, you know what? School play. Are you auditioning? I'm guessing so.
Yes, so we did music auditions last week.
What was that? What did that mean?
You just had to go in, the 2 teachers in there, and you had to like sing a song at them.
You know what? I did that for the first time last year, and I hated every single second of it, because I hate singing in front of people, and I had to sing in front of
Are you good at singing though?
No, because I've never auditioned for anything in my life. But
And then we've
I
got
was
acting
like,
auditions tomorrow after school. So
see, I didn't have to do an acting audition, thank goodness, because it would have gone
I
terrible.
really want to be.
I
Olaf.
cringe myself out. That's the thing. I get
just
cringed out
feel
too
like,
easily.
but yeah, we're very excited for the production, and then also we want to do some more bits for musical theatre. I get to do the art and design for the set of the production. I know the whole thing.
Whoa, that's cool.
Real. So
Isn't that's going to be quite a big task, isn't it?
yeah, I did the same last year.
Did you?
Yeah,
Wait,
I did
what
the
was-
stained glass windows and the
Oh,
backing and
I saw you
the
like
massive
painting
one.
on
yeah,
the
the big
on the
golden
church wall things. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was really good, actually. I didn't know that was you.
Thanks.
That was really epic. What about anyone else?
I'm not auditioning. I wish I would, but I can't sing or act in front of people. I cringe myself out.
That's
so
fine.
bad.
Anything else though, apart from like anything else extracurricular?
Oh, I do band out of school.
Do you?
Yes.
What's your band name?
We don't have a name.
Oh,
No,
neither.
we might. No, we don't.
No, you're not. Fair enough.
No.
Wait, what do you play?
I do singing and guitar.
Oh, cool. Next question. Right. Do you feel any pressure with GCSE starting, or are you taking it step by step?
I think I'm taking it step by step because
It's only really been 3 weeks.
it's only been like 3 weeks, nothing much.
has happened.
It's just every day until the next day, and then there's another day until the next.
How do you stay motivated during a long school year?
I just see my friends like outside of school a lot, and then I also do lots of scouting and just fun activities outside of school to keep me like motivated, because a lot of my friends are in older years. I wonder who, and they like give me like advice from their perspective.
Okay, what advice would you give to year nines who will be in your position next year? Even though, to be fair, all these questions that I'm asking, I'm very sorry. You've only been in year 10 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So if you don't have any answers, I don't blame you.
I don't really know. I would say, like, if you're struggling, ask for help, because last year I got really behind because I didn't ask. And it's very effective this year because then you don't understand what you're doing.
Definitely, if there's a subject that you struggle with, if you like need a teacher change or anything to help you improve, then just ask for it, because in the long run that's gonna be helpful.
Okay, now, final question, because this can't be too long. How do you balance schoolwork with your life outside of school? Amelia, take the mic.
I am a very, very, very busy human being. So I've been on 3 scout camps in the past.
What is that, though? What is it?
What do you mean?
What's it?
What's a scout camp?
Oh, for scouts.
So I go to Explorers, which is like the older version of Scouts. And so in summer we went to Wales. We went gorge scrambling. I have to do homework like in any break I get, because the little bits can just add up.
Yeah.
And so yeah, you just have
She's
to
a
do
busy
it
woman.
anytime you get.
That's our time up for today. All the questions answered. Brilliant answers. Any shout outs?
Shout out to our whole friend group.
Shout out to Mrs. Bland and Miss Adams for running the production.
Frozen 2026. Oh my goodness, that's mental.
Yeah, and shout out to people's birthdays.
Shout out to my
birthday.
queen, Mrs. Varley.
Yes, can we get a double shout out?
Double shout out.
Triple shout out. We love her.
Okay, right. So all the shout outs done. Thank you very much for coming on the podcast.
Thanks.
Yeah, you know what?
Susie.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. Yeah.
Why, thank you.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. We are now joined by Mrs. Scott, who is the head of sixth form here at St. Francis. And like all my other guests, I just have a few questions. And yeah, let's get into it. So the first question I have is, what is your biggest goal for the sixth form this academic year?
Thanks, Izzy. Thanks for inviting me to talk to you today.
No worries.
I've got to say, I think we need to recognise that sixth formers are different to the rest of the school. Sixth formers are young adults, and we expect them to take a lot of responsibility for their own learning. So I've got to say that really my biggest goal every year is simply to create an environment where we can support them to achieve their absolute full potential. And cope with the stresses and strains of the sixth form, all of the decisions, the intensive study, that's all part of the sixth form experience.
Yeah.
I would say that every cohort is different, and every year we try to create opportunities, try to create activities that match the skills and the aspirations of each cohort. But yeah, we try and create the environment, if you like. We're a stepping stone to the next stage. Yeah.
Definitely. The next question I have is, how do you balance supporting the different challenges between year 12 and 13?
Okay, well, I would say that I absolutely love our sixth form. This has been my best career choice in my entire career. I love working with the sixth form. There is such variety. The sixth form journey has so many different exciting and different stages to it. And there's always an event or an activity taking place. So just this week, we've got Year 13 Parents' Evenings. Today, we've got student leadership sessions in all areas of the school. We've got house meetings tomorrow with our house captains, where we're preparing for a house music competition. Friday, we've got a visit from a local MP who's going to give a careers talk on the world of politics. And our sixth formers are delivering an assembly to Year 11 on Friday. It's always full and exciting. But as I've said, there's like clear phases on the sixth form journey. Transitioning from the world of GCSEs to sixth form is huge. Settling into brand new courses with different expectations, having to organise your own time, your own resources, and then the phase of considering and preparing your next steps, whatever they may be. It all feels huge and it all feels important. And I love balancing between those two very different challenges, I suppose, between Year 12 and Year 13. They've all got different events and key moments. And I think that the way I manage to do it is we plan out the whole of the 2 years. We plan out what these key phases are, what resources, assemblies, etc., that people are going to need. And then we can supplement that with exciting masterclasses or workshops or trips. And if you've got that big plan, then you can then slot in all of the extras.
It's the sheets you give us at the start of the year that have the whole year laid out and like that trail.
Yeah, the road journey. Yes. The map. Yeah.
No, because I really like them.
Thank you. We've got them up as displays as well. So if people sort of just need a constant reminder as they're going past of what, celebrate what they've done, but also look at what's coming next and they can get themselves planned.
Yeah, exactly. The next question I have for you is, what do you think is the key to a successful school year?
Well, I think that sort of links to what we've just said about those sheets that you mentioned, in that I think a good year is if a student knows what's expected of them, if a student knows what's coming, so they can plan, they can prepare, they can organise their time, and if a student really makes the most of the opportunities that are given to them. So that could be an optional trip, an extracurricular club, a national or local competition. It could be a leadership opportunity. I think it's just making the most of what you're offered. And that's one of the brilliant things about coming here, because there are so many opportunities and everyone in the sixth form gets given a leadership position. So, the opportunities are there. It's just up to the student to really make the most of them.
Yeah, definitely. And right, this next question, I have no idea what the answer to this is going to be, but what is the funniest or most memorable moment you've had as being head of sixth form so far?
Well, there's been quite a few, but I think the one I would like to choose is about Spirit Week or Leavers Week. So every year when Year 13 go, the last week of term for them, they can dress up as a different theme each day. So, we have the usuals, we have pyjamas and we have cartoons and we have their old school uniform and all like that. And last year we even had underground stations. But a couple of years ago, everybody in the sixth form came dressed as me. And
I remember that actually. I forgot that happened.
They came dressed in, I often wear really bright colours. So they came dressed in that, or, big dresses, flowing dresses, bold jackets.
Yeah.
And the whole of the sixth form, obviously they didn't look exactly like me, but, they were dressed in really beautiful bold colours, and I absolutely loved that. That was a real memory for me. So that was one of my big highlights.
Because I remember we were sat in lunch and then we just all saw them come to lunch. We were like, what on earth
what is happening right now?
And then finally, to wrap this interview up, the last question I have for you is that recently, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, we went on the sixth form weekend away city breakaway trip to Amsterdam, which was so much fun. Do you have a favourite part of that sixth form trip, or did you have a favourite part?
I think that's almost an impossible question to answer, Izzy. But I would say that a lot of students find that the sixth form trip is one of their favourite trips of all of the school trips that they've done, and it's certainly my favourite trip to go on and organise. The idea of the trip is to have such a big range of activities, whether that's linked to the heritage, the culture, photography, contemporary art. And I think because that trip has just got such a huge amount of variety, and it's very, very busy. It's a really stimulating trip, but also by taking sixth formers on the trip, that means that we can just really enjoy your company. It means that we can relax and give you some independence. And, obviously with all the safeguarding things put in place, but it is a just hugely enjoyable trip for the students, but also for the staff, and a real highlight of the sixth form journey.
100%, I completely agree. I absolutely love that weekend. Well, that wraps up our interview with Mrs. Scott for the episode 1 of the St. Francis podcast. Thank you very much for coming on. I really, really appreciate it. Your answers have been absolutely amazing. And thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, now we are joined by Zoe in year 13. And like all my other guests on the episode, I have a few questions for you, because we've got year 13 different to year 10, different to year 7s. So first of all, I just want to ask, what are your main goals for year 13?
My main goals for year 13 is to successfully apply to uni, get a few...
What?
Get a
Never
few,
thought that'd be it.
Get a few university offers, or just the one.
I thought you were going to say get a few grades then.
Get a few grades.
Get a few cheeky grades.
I want to get some university offers, and then I would like to get my 3 A's to be able to get into university. Hopefully, that is my big goal, and I'd like to not lose the plot. On the journey.
I mean, that is real.
So,
studying what? I mean, I know, but I'm
studying much. Yeah, I am studying.
No, I said studying what?
I'm studying what?
Oh, my
sorry,
goodness.
I think you said studying much.
Nah.
Not really. I'm studying biology, chemistry, and classics, and I would like to study veterinary medicine at university.
How are you balancing revision with everything else in school life, e.g. band? Although we don't really do that very often,
I make sure at break times, when it's school break times, I do have a break. No revision, no homework, no work is getting done during break and lunchtime, because I do need a break.
Wise words.
After school, I'm carrying on with my extracurricular activities, so teaching the drums, having drum lessons, guitar lessons, football training, etc., because it's very important to keep these things going. And I try to stop working before about 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, so that I can have a bit of downtime in the evening, because that is very important.
I agree.
Or I'm not going to sleep.
Full support. Next question. I feel like this is a pretty obvious question, but what do you think will be the biggest challenge of year 13? If say exams, I'll completely agree. No,
I think it's just going to be a really busy year, which is going to be fun. Of course it's going to be fun, but it's also going to have its challenges, because it might be quite tiring and quite full on. But I'm going to try my best to just enjoy the journey of year 13.
Oh, wow. That's lovely.
Just deal with whatever comes as it comes.
That's actually great.
And I've got the full support from my friends and my teachers, so I'll be okay.
Okay, that's right. You're so positive.
Thanks.
I need a bit of advice for myself now, because recently I've been the most unmotivated person in the whole country. How do you stay motivated?
How do I stay motivated?
If you do.
Well, I like to make a good old to-do list. Ticking the things off the to-do list really makes me feel complete. And if I have stuff that isn't crossed off, it makes me very upset. So I do that. I like to think about what has helped motivate me is my work experience, actually, and seeing where I could be in...
Shout out to Zoe's work experience basis. She's been like 55,000 over the summer.
Seeing where I could be in 10 years' time, which also, because I go there and I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, this is going to be me. And then I have to remember, hang on, I still have to do my A-levels and my application and uni. So, that keeps me motivated. I just, one step at a time.
And we're going to do a little bit of blast from the past, although when I say past, it was last year. So reflections from year 12. If you could give one piece of advice to your year 12 self, what would it be?
I would say you need to calm down a bit, and actually sometimes being stressed isn't really worth it. And sometimes you just need to take a step back. So take breaks is my advice.
You have woken up with many wise words of wisdom today. I don't know what you've had for breakfast. I want some of it now.
I had strawberry jam on sourdough
Oh, okay.
toast.
Really? Rate out of 10?
It was actually a 9, because I had my braces tightened the other day and it was kind of painful to eat. But taste-wise, it was a 10.
So that's actually... You know what? Side rant! I was really upset. I made porridge, but I put too much... almond milk in, and then it went really, really runny, and then I had to add dry oats. Afterwards, because I was in a rush, and it was a failed porridge breakfast. It really upset me.
Aww.
Anyway, back to the what we were talking about, personal goals and like beyond academic, because I feel like we've talked about academics a lot. Do you have any personal or extracurricular goals this year? Or are they the same as last year, like band?
No.
Keep bringing up.
I was going to say that. Just to keep working on band, improve my guitar skills.
I need to practice music more often. I need to work on my other talents.
Yeah,
I need to work on my other hobbies
you can't
as
even
well.
name on one hand. Now, last question. We're going to wrap this up because it's been about 6 minutes. Advice for some younger years, because we're now student-wise the oldest in the
We
school.
are the
Technically, we're
top.
not. Or you're the youngest. You're
Shut
the
up.
youngest in the year.
No, I'm not.
Here you are.
No, I'm not.
You're not. Who
No.
is?
Libby. Libby's born in August.
Okay, well, you're still young.
Second youngest.
Advice for younger years. So if a year 10 or a year 7 student is listening, like I interviewed them, for this podcast as well, what's one tip you'd give them about working towards their goals?
I would say balance is key. Like, especially when you get to year 10 GCSE years, yes, you're going to have to work a bit harder than maybe you did in year 7 to year 9. Make some notes, make sure you're keeping up with the content as you go, but don't let it bog you down, because life isn't all about that. And make sure you're still doing things you enjoy, seeing your friends, spending time with your family. Like, balance is key. That's my advice.
Oh, I love that. What a lovely way to finish the first podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been
you,
a
Zoe.
pleasure.
Best 7 minutes of my whole life. Anyway, you're gonna be on the outro now. This is the end of the first St. Francis podcast episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you didn't, don't tell me.
They did.
Yeah, you don't have a choice. You did enjoy. If you didn't, listen again. So yeah, anyway, thank you for listening, and I shall I'm not gonna say see you next time. I feel like a talk show host. You shall hopefully listen to the next episode when I record it at some point. Okay, I was planning on that being the outro with Zoe. I was planning on that being the case, but Zoe screamed far too loudly into the mic and it would burst anyone who's listening with headphones, it would burst their eardrums. So I had to crop that bit out. So instead, I'm doing a different outro. Again, I'm not going to waffle on. Really, I'm going to try and make this under a minute, but I just wanted to say thank you all for listening. Doing this podcast, I can't tell you how excited I've been to do it. Like, it's been such a goal for me, and I haven't been planning it for ages, but there has been some genuine, a lot of planning and consideration and time and effort and everything into it. And I'm very nervous. Am I not? Am I? No, I am. I'm nervous, but I'm also so excited for this to go out and see if people like it. And I'm excited for the future episodes that are going to come. And I'm just excited about this whole project in general. And I know I've said to quite a few people on today's episode, any shout outs? I'm going to just shout out myself. Shout out to Miss Dawson, who's the head of marketing. She's been like side by side with me with this whole project, and she's been absolutely amazing, helping me organize it and, showing me how to edit things, helping me out with the logo. The logo was her and I did it together, but she really, really helped me with that. And it's just, I owe a lot of, like, this whole project is down to her. So a massive shout out and thank you to Miss Dawson. But yeah, this wraps the end of the first episode. As I said earlier, I really hope you enjoyed. I will shut up now and hopefully see you in the next episode.